Hello and welcome back to Peace Pop and Peace Talks. I am your host, John Sullivan, live in the studio, and joining me via phone we have
Alex Garrison, live from Tennessee.
Ann Evans, live from South Carolina.
Christopher Campbell, still in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, but we're keeping that social distancing alive, aren't we, Chris? You are at home,
yes,
and I am sitting in the stew.
That's all right, man.
All right, so how's everyone doing today? How we hanging out? I mean, this is a pop and a talks episode, so pretty much whatever you've got going on, considering we can talk schoolwork and we can also talk, the shows we've been binging when we're not doing schoolwork.
Yeah.
So,
do you guys want to start with schoolwork, like how online classes are going? Because those started
they started this week.
Sure, yeah.
Personally, I'm working kind of better in this environment because I have nothing else to focus on other than school. Like when I'm at school, I have so much more responsibility. I have school, lacrosse, and swimming and all of that jazz. So it's a lot easier for me to get stuff done because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's actually one of the. Go for it.
I'm also not a fan, technically, of this style of learning. I wish it was a little bit more personal and interactive, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah,
I can go ahead.
Yeah, it's just there's good changes and bad changes. Like for example, you're right about the interaction part. Like I kind of I've been living in the house for about since last time I've been to Peace, so it's been 2 weeks, and it's kind of getting boring. So that's one of the weird parts about the coronavirus is actually it's conveniencing some people with their work, and sometimes it's doing the opposite. So it's interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I've been struggling just because I feel like obviously all of us are trying to figure all this out with the coronavirus and the quarantine and the social distancing aspect. And I feel like a lot of the teachers still don't have their hand on how to work all of this online stuff. I personally had a lot of issues with professors not responding to emails, them not posting stuff on Moodle, saying we have due dates and not posting it. And my whole thing with that is that we're doing online classes. You're literally at home. Your job is to check your emails. So that's a lot of what I'm having issues with is I have professors who aren't making it easier and they're making it harder. And honestly, I feel like my workload has tripled.
Yeah, same. I have so much stuff to do. I've had at least 3 assignments due every single day this entire week.
Exactly, me as well. And I feel like, yes, they're like, oh, you're not doing anything else. You can do these assignments. But I'm like, yeah, except we're still having to figure out how to do it while being stuck. And while a lot of us had to move out of our apartments or out of our living spaces, a lot of us had to move to different states. So there's different time zones. So it's a lot of, and everyone's trying to figure it out, and the professors are all trying to figure it out. But I feel like it's a lot of, and also I don't know if you guys have gotten many emails from Peace or whatnot, but
we really have
we've barely been getting communication since last, and
I don't know when we're getting our refund checks about
exactly
our housing. I don't know what they're doing about May next year.
Yeah, and as a senior, and Chris and John can probably add into this, they told us that graduation's postponed, and obviously they can't tell us when because we don't know about the virus.
Which really sucks, by the way.
It really sucks, but I'd rather it be postponed than canceled, so I'm looking at it on the bright side. But in addition to that, we all ordered caps and gowns. We all paid for them. They have not reached out to us at all about if we're still getting those, if we're getting refunded. And so, and I've reached out and asked. So, it's a lot of miscommunication, and I know Peace is doing their best in the circumstances, but their whole job right now is to try to make it easier on us students. And I feel like more communication from them, whether it's, hey, we don't know what's going on, but we'll keep you updated. Even an email like that, I feel would kind of ease my mind a little bit. And I feel like we're not getting any communication.
Yeah, I agree. I will, for the one thing, say I don't like over communication or just nonsense communication where like they're just saying the same things. So I
Yeah.
guess I'm okay with them kind of playing it by ear and letting us know what they're doing, but a lot of problems can also be solved by communication. Like if they just send us an
Exactly.
email every once in a while and let us know exactly what they're thinking, then we'll be good as students, you know? I mean,
Yeah. No, I'm
like
actually.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was actually going to say there's some things I appreciate Peace is trying to do, like the whole joiner house thing. They're doing testing and they're doing like therapy for people that can't go anywhere, like from Raleigh. So that's a really extra resource that I think other universities don't have. And so I've liked it. Actually like what they're trying to do. I'm not sure if everyone is going to go to see a therapist or anything because of the coronavirus and its fearful, elements to it. But I'm just putting that out there. Like, I think the school is trying their best, but even might not be good enough for some of us. And I'm just putting that out there.
yeah.
My problem at the moment is it's been almost a little bit over 2 weeks since all of us were on campus, and I feel like we have not gotten emails since we left.
I will say
So
to my professors, at least, and in my regard to my schooling side of things, I'm in a lot of English classes, and the English classes I am in are like the upper level ones, so the professors are more comfortable just leaving us to our own devices and knowing we'll turn in the work that they already had assigned. Yeah. And like we have our hangouts, but they're not optional, but it's like, like for Tuesday morning, Harris Teeter got a shipment of chicken and ground beef, and it's the only one for the next like week and a half. So your boy had to be there. I had to, I had to grab it. Yeah. And it just so happened that class was at 9, and the dude told me come by 9 to get this stuff because we put it out at 8. And so I was in Harris Teeter with Professor Laskowski and 4 classmates, just like, man, y'all will not believe this. It's already all gone.
At 9 in the morning, it was already all gone?
Yeah, no. All right. So they opened at 8 a.m., Harris Teeter. They put it all out from their fresh truck that got there at 6:30. And by the time I got there, there was 2 packages of chicken thighs left that I scooped up.
Oh my God.
There was a couple whole chickens, like oven roasted chickens that you could buy and roast yourself. But that's like more chicken than I needed. And then they also had like 4 packages of ground beef. That was it. And nothing above a pound and like a pound and a quarter, which is crazy.
Have you guys noticed the dairy products are starting to change at Harris Teeter? Like, I usually buy my usual brands, but now those brands are starting to go away and they're being replaced, and I can only wonder why. What's going on?
Which brands?
There's this lactate milk I drink because I'm kind of lactose intolerant. So it's like this blue cover milk. I forget what it's called actually. It's 2%, but now they replaced it with another brand. I forget what they call it too. And then there's new cheeses that taste terrible. The cheddar cheese I used to get was I think it was Kraft, and then they changed the Kraft formula or something. Maybe that's not related, but it just seems like that.
Well, my biggest complaint about Harris Teeter going to Kroger was, they hit me with those terrible new cookies. I no longer even see my boy Harry the Dragon on the way out because those cookies are trash. They taste like sand.
That's actually a good description.
Have you ever had Publix cookies?
Duh. I'm about that Publix life. I will say, best grocery store cookies are the vegan cookies from Whole Foods. I used to work at Whole Foods, and when they were fresh, the bakery girls used to give me the like oatmeal raisin and chocolate chip oatmeal cookies from the bakery, and those are some of the best cookies you can eat because they don't use eggs and dairy or anything in them. So instead, they just use like a ton of extra oil, and like it sounds gross, but the way they bake them is the way that like vegans eat their cookies, and they're damn good. So there's that for you on the as far as the groceries go.
My mom went grocery shopping yesterday, and they were wiped of cookie dough. No thing of cookie dough in the entire store.
Well, and luckily for you, cookies can be made without the
I know,
dough.
but they were also out of baking soda, and we don't have baking soda.
Oh,
I will say,
here
in Tennessee where I live in a town called Franklin. I will say there's been a lot of cases in our area lately, and our grocery stores are still pretty stocked with everything.
Ain't nobody want to leave their house.
Yeah, except with like toilet paper and paper towels, which is common. But like my mom went to the grocery store yesterday and found like the meat that we needed, everything that we needed. So that's been a good thing here, and it might be because we live in a small area, and it could also be because people are scared to leave their houses.
Sully, for anyone up in Raleigh, are restaurants doing like to-go orders there?
Yeah, but like I'm broke, so I ain't been a part of it.
I just didn't know because all of the restaurants here, like they shut down their like dining options, but like they're being really good about like giving customers like good deals, and so like we've been eating out like as a family. A good bit. Olive Garden, they had a get one free entree, so I had to snag that to get me some breadsticks.
I feel that.
That's how it's been here in Nashville. Almost all the restaurants are closed, and well, like for dine-in, they're all closed. But the ones that are still open, like where you can go in to order, the ones who aren't are doing like free delivery and whatnot, and like they're saying deals, which is nice. Trying to make it easy on us.
Yeah.
I will say though, sorry, go ahead, John.
I have nothing to add to this right now. Go ahead.
I will say, I don't know how you guys feel about the whole social distancing thing, but I will say that even with the amount of cases that we've had in my area over here, there's still not much social distancing going on, which scares me a little bit because obviously, like, I don't want this to go on for longer than it needs to.
Oh, it will because, you are absolutely right about the no social distancing thing. I'm pissed because, with my mom being as sick as she is,
people are not taking much responsibility to try and, like, be like, I guess, courteous about, like, they could be sick even if they're not showing symptoms and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, like, my best friend and I had to go visit my mom yesterday because I haven't seen her in 2 weeks, and I can't even go give my mom a hug, like she sat on the screened-in porch, and I sat on the outside porch, and we were like 15 feet apart the whole time. And
that's so sad.
Yeah, but I got to spend time with my mom, so that's okay. But like, I mean, it's annoying when then friends of mine are posting on their Snapchat a picture of them in their boat club pulling up to like an island, and it's literally boats for as far as your eyes can see, full of college kids who are just out there getting drunk. And I'm like, man, y'all don't realize who you're screwing here. And it's not like, I get the whole forget you boomers ideal, like I understand that because they are I think like annoying, but it's also it's also my mom, who is in very serious danger, and now it's starting to kill people who are perfectly healthy too. So like, it's not a joke.
I think a lot of what the issue is like, because like my family went to the beach last week, and keep in mind, like we went to the beach, but we rented like a beach house, and we stayed on a private beach, and we went to the beach when no one was there early in the morning, and when people showed up, we left because we don't want to be involved in the people not following social distancing. So yes, we were at the beach, but we kept to ourselves. We didn't go anywhere except the beach, and when people showed up, we left. I think, and there was so many college students and high school students spring breaking there who obviously weren't doing social distancing. And I feel a lot of what it is, and I've seen a ton of celebrities and a ton of people post about it, and you guys probably have too, but I feel like a lot of people, like college students, high schoolers are thinking, and even adults are thinking like, oh, well, I'm not a high risk for it, and I don't have it, so who cares? But the whole matter of it, and the whole reason why they're doing quarantine social distancing is because even if you're not at high risk, you can still get it. Like, it's not like the flu where automatically if you have it. Like, it takes a while for the symptoms to show up. Sometimes they don't show up. And if you have it and you don't know it, and you're hanging out with people, like say I go and hang
you're
out,
just spreading it. Yeah.
exactly. Well, and to say like I go and hang out with you, Anne, and I have it, but I don't know, and then you get it, and it's not gonna, like, I don't get the symptoms, I don't get really sick, you don't get really sick, but then you go and hang out with John, and John gets it, and then John goes see his mom, and his mom gets it. Like, yeah. It's not affecting us directly, but in the long run, it's
then
passing
Alex
on, and that's why
has affected my mother.
epidemic.
Yeah. And so, like, it's just like, it's not smart for people to treat this as cavalier as they are. You know, I mean, I get it that as we get more informed as a populace, we believe less of what the government tells us, and we believe more in equality and all that. And some people think it's a hoax, but I mean, to be honest with you, the numbers alone should tell you one thing. It's that maybe we should just try this social distancing thing. Why are you trying to make things happen for yourself? Just take the 2-week break, you moron.
Exactly. Well, and my thing too is that why, like,
oh no,
I don't know. Like, I hate being the person, but I've been called, like, friends of mine from Peace who go out and do bonfires with their friends, and they go and do stuff. I've been messaging them and calling them out, and I hate to be that person, but I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, and especially like the seniors, and you feel this because you're an athlete. Like, a lot of us got 6 weeks of our lives cut off from school that we had a lot of things looking forward to, and the only reason why they got cut off is because people weren't taking it seriously from the beginning. And if people continue to not take it seriously, graduation is going to get canceled. The start of the next year is going to get delayed, and like, we don't want that. And I feel a lot of the people who are not following the social distancing rules are people who are, it's not affecting directly, people who don't have family members who it's affecting effect directly, and they're using it as a kind of vacation time.
Well, listen to this. I mean, my mom,
that's a very seductive initiative to take when you're like having a pandemic making you take breaks, and it's very natural for people to want to just walk outside and enjoy it.
Well, that is fine. You can do that, but Chris, guys, let me say this real quick. I mean, like my mom is at UNC. Well, she's not currently there, but she has an appointment in a week at UNC Healthcare for another round of chemo and some checkups and stuff. And my friend is a CNA there. Well, my fiance is Logan's roommate is a CNA there. She's also my friend, and one of her friends tested positive for it because her roommates went on spring break in Florida and brought it back to her, who then worked a week and a half worth of shifts at the hospital before showing symptoms. So I mean, like, UNC Hospital, where my mother is going, could be very infected now, and I'm just terrified of that, you know? It's just like, why can't people put their own selfishness aside? And like, the government is going to send you $1,200 supposedly, and you get to hang out and play video games and binge every show you've wanted. And Logan and I have taken the time and literally rearranged our entire house, and I'm helping my dad get his car back ready to sell. And like, I'm just doing things that don't require me to be around people, but that have needed to been done for a while.
Well, and people do that when we're not in quarantine, so why can't they do it now?
I know. Why do they choose now to be like, I'll admit it. Like, at first, the memes of like, you know, damn, a flight to Italy gonna cost me less than a bag of pasta. Let me go. You know, like, those were funny. Those made me laugh at first. But then, like, you know, now, I mean, it's not discriminating against old or young or anything like that. It's taking everyone, and there's literal trucks full of bodies driving around the globe right now looking for a place to dump them. So we need to stop
this.
An
extra dimension in this thought here is that I think pride is getting, I'm not much of a churchy guy, but in this time, but I'd like to say that I think pride is getting in the way of these people that are celebrating, thinking that they won't catch the coronavirus. They feel invincible. Like, for example, have you ever been in a situation where you almost died? Some people haven't, that's fine. But when you're in that situation, you feel like you could survive anything, and you don't feel guilty about it. It's a real phenomenon when you almost get hit by a car and you think, oh, the next thing you know, you can just walk across the street without looking both ways. And then because of that pride, you get hit by a car one of those days. I think that's what's going on right here. It's not so much car wrecks, but people catching the disease. They think they're immune. They think they can survive anything because they're, I think, unconsciously not developed to understand the reality of how bad things can really get.
Yeah.
See, and I disagree a little bit with that because I feel like it's not as much as a pride thing. I feel it's more as people just don't care. Like, I feel like they're like, it doesn't affect me. It hasn't affected me. And I feel like until it affects them personally, or until, and I hate that, like, that I'm saying this, but I feel like until the government starts putting, like, curfews and being like, if you don't follow this, we're fining you, that people aren't going to care.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Actually, I think the caring part
some
is,
people,
I like that answer.
Some people I feel like they think, yeah, like, I'm invincible, and, like, I feel like that's a lot of, like, high schoolers. But I feel like a lot of it is that they're just like, oh, it hasn't affected me personally. No one in my family has died from it, so why do I need to take it seriously? I have this amount of time off from school. I have this amount of time to do whatever I want. Might as well take advantage of it. And that's selfish, and I don't agree with that.
Very much so. And I actually like your answer. I actually kind of agree with it more than what I just said. But, like, to add on to that, I think the good question, if you want to find out for any of us, is, like, why do they not care?
Mm-hmm.
Like, get deep in there, like in the mind. Like, why do you think there's people that just don't care about the consequences? And I don't think it's that they don't care about the consequences. I just think there's a cloud that's in front of them, and they don't notice how bad things can really get, even though
Chris,
they
it's
can
called being
picture it.
selfish. That's truly all it is. These people are selfish. But
well, and I think it goes back
why?
to not affecting them personally. I think it goes back to, like, if they haven't had someone that they know, a friend or family, whatever, that they know personally, be affected by it. And I think that that's what the problem is.
yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
But anyways, well, so we've talked about coronavirus. I mean, does anybody else have any other, like, pressing school topics that they wanted to discuss? Anything interesting you're working on? Unfortunately, all my showcase presentations now obviously are not happening. So,
They might do they're going to do a virtual one.
oh, really?
Well, interesting.
I had a meeting yesterday. I did hear that they are really, really working to do a virtual one. Obviously, it won't include all of the same things that would have been originally. So, like, I was supposed to be in a debate for one of my classes.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to include stuff like that, but they're going to try to do as much virtual showcase as possible especially because of, like, the seniors who need to do it. So, like, for my internship, for example, we were supposed to present at showcase. They're still having us do it. And they're going to live stream it on the website. So, like,
Nice.
I think they're still trying to do it as much as possible. And then, kind of to wrap up the coronavirus thing, announcements for school-wise that I do know about because of CAB. They're at some point in the next week, CAB is doing a TikTok competition. And whoever wins gets wins a certain amount of money, I believe.
Interesting.
And then they're trying to do a bunch of, like, contests and interactive things like that. So when it comes to school stuff, I think they're doing a good job trying to make sure that we still have activities like that. So that's good. But I think the showcase is going to still happen virtually. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully we'll get emails from that soon.
And here's an idea, and probably somebody already thought of it, but for the theater department, I had this idea just come up. Why not just do audio plays? You know? Like, have you ever turned on the radio? This is probably in my age, so you probably don't know, but, like, turn on the FM radio and you stumble upon these, like, comedic plays that are all audio. And they don't really describe what's going on, but what they say describes what's going on.
The problem is that they don't have I don't think they have the equipment for that, and they don't have
the same place.
No one's in the same place.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. You're right, though.
So, like, how we're doing this right now, the call, they are not going to have the equipment for that. And
You're right.
with this, we're not going to, even if they use this equipment, we're not going to be able to get the entire theater department that it takes to create a show on recordings like this.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, I know somebody who has access to this baby. And
but, like,
me.
You.
It me.
But to transition
I'm
a little
taking
bit,
it
you guys
home.
talk
Just
about,
kidding. I did not do that, Professor.
I mean,
It's in the.
no one's using it.
It's in the media room. Go ahead and look.
To transition a little, do you guys want to talk about like if you're binge watching shows or movies, what you're binge watching?
Well, I know.
I've been
just real
some of
quick.
The Outsiders.
Yeah, Chris. Also, don't you have to go in just a minute? I don't want to keep you too long.
No, I was just expressing I'm a little stressed out from all this, and I wanted to leave early if possible, but I can stay a little bit more. I'm really kind of engaged now, so it's all
okay.
good.
All right. Yeah, if you're having a good time, that's straight, man. I might add Mary then also. So hold on a second,
I
guys.
thought Mary was already here. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna add Mary also. She wanted to be on. For those of you at
add
home,
her.
that is our
Would
friend.
I recognize her? Is she in the Peace Times or something?
No, she's
no.
in the theater department.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
And
Whatever.
she's a nice young lady, as I said last week.
I'm sure.
All right, hold on, guys, because I have to call her and then add her back to this call. All right,
Sounds good.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Mary, I'm about to add you to the call with the other 3 co-hosts.
Sounds good.
All right, we are live, so if you have anything you want to say just before we go back to them, you can say it. Or
I'm
actually,
good.
yeah, no, introduce yourself real quick first. There we go.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mary. I'm a sophomore.
Theater department. Boom.
Yep,
All right,
yeah.
we're about to merge the calls.
I'll add it to my list. I will be honest, I have not been
Okay.
binge watching a lot.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
we're back now.
Hi.
It's Mary.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm Mary.
Okay,
Okay,
so
what's up?
this is Mary. We have Chris,
Hey, Mary.
Alex,
Hey.
and Anne. Anne from last week. You remember
Yeah,
her.
from last week.
That's her new name. Anne from last week.
We're talking about shows that we're binging and saying she's binged Schitt's Creek.
Oh, that's so good. It's so funny.
I
so
have not.
funny.
I haven't had time to binge watch anything yet because I'm trying to get all caught up with my classes. But I
applaud
need
that.
to. I feel like I've watched everything on Netflix is the problem. So I feel like they need to put some new shows on. So I think I'm gonna wait till like April so then I can get all the new shows that they're adding in.
Smart.
Well, what
That's a
other
good
streaming
strategy.
services do you have?
I have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime.
Oh
But
my
I
God,
watch
you're
most
loaded.
Amazon
That's
Prime's good.
I have all of those things.
That's a lot.
All
I
right,
watch a
so
lot of TV
new
and
show.
movies, so I've seen a lot of stuff.
New show that's very funny is Dave, Lil Dicky's show. It's
I've seen that.
I watched
Okay,
the first.
I have not watched it
I
yet.
watched the first 5 episodes last night. That's how funny it was. It kept me hooked for like
That
3
kept you all
hours
night.
because it
I'm
was.
sorry, what show are we talking about?
It's Lil Dicky, the rapper, who now is
okay.
making a show about how he became a
Hi,
rapper,
I'm Dave.
and it's really funny. Yeah, no, it's
I was gonna say,
really
I've
funny.
heard really good things about it.
And last night they even went the mental health side of things too, where his like his hype man and like his co-rapper who's gonna help him in the next episode do a big not to spoil anything, but he's gonna help him make a big jump in his career, and he has a lot of issues, and he's up and down throughout the whole episode, and finally at the end they're like, "What is wrong with you?" He's like, "Look, man, I'm bipolar." And like they have a really emotional scene, so it gets deep and it's really funny. It's kind of like Curb Your Enthusiasm meets Atlanta. It's really
How many-
good.
How many episodes are there?
Well, there's 5 right now.
It's
It
just
comes out
one
every
season.
Thursday. It's on its first
Oh.
season.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I might have to wait until there's more episodes. I'm gonna go through them so fast. I have a feeling.
Well, they're like 35, 40 minutes, and
Yeah.
I watched them last night, and it was really good. But I mean, don't you want to be kind of on the forefront of something too? Like you want to be watching it as it comes out. That's fun.
I don't know. I kind of like. I'm a major, even like not in these times. I'm a major binger. I just like to sit and have all of them there and just watch as many as possible.
Oh, you are
Criminal
terrible, lazy.
I know. Like I've watched Criminal Minds like 50 million times, but there's so many.
That
of them I can
sucks. Criminal Minds so
Yeah.
bad.
And then
Well,
that's what I've been
it's just
binging. I've been
repetitive to me.
binging
It's like
Criminal
the same
Minds
show.
and Special Victims Unit is what I've been binging. But I've seen all of them. So I
SVU.
don't count it.
Hey, you guys hear this?
Yeah, I've been watching
It's my
this
coffee.
show, like the first 2 episodes, so it looks promising. It's called The Outsiders. It's probably older than I thought. But it's based on a book series. It's about this woman that travels back in time to Highland, Scotland in like I think the year's like 1740.
That show is actually pretty new.
It is new?
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Show's new, yeah.
Isn't it being made right now?
Yeah, I think
let me take a look. I'm looking it up right now.
I think it is.
The first episode was 2014. Jesus. Okay, never mind. I find it really nice.
Yeah,
Season
no, it's a
7's
good
out,
show.
so
I've only watched a little of it so far. I'm not a huge fan, but it's good. I just I've been watching The Simpsons. I got to tell you, that is an enjoyable series. I will once again ride for The Simpsons this week and tell y'all you need to get on that. From season 1, episode 1, I've laughed like 5 or 6 times an episode. It's really good. It's really good. And everything your favorite show did.
So good.
Yeah, everything your favorite show did, Simpsons did it first. That I've now become like a ride or die Simpsons fan. It's been giving me just endless amounts of entertainment.
What was the latest episode you watched, if you recall? Like, first thing comes to your head, like which episode?
Homer got hair again. I'm still in season 1.
Like that, but
yeah. I'm still in
that.
season 1. I think I'm in the later part of season 1 right now, but it's about to be season 2.
Is that
so
the one with Camp Krusty, where like they go to? This,
no,
like,
that's not Camp
trap
Krusty.
or...
It's
okay, because he does go hair in that one.
It's hilarious though. He gets promoted at the power plant because he now has hair.
Oh yeah,
it's very good. And then his hair falls
hair,
out and he gets fired again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very good. I mean, y'all gotta get on The Simpsons. Also, I realized I never did my history fact of the day, so let me find one, and then y'all keep talking about shows, and I'll find one real quick.
Okay, Mary, what are you binge watching anything right now?
Kind of. So I watched part of that Tiger King Netflix documentary series, which is insane.
Everyone's been watching that.
Is it good? I really want to.
They just keep pulling things out, and it's just like, wait, what? It's crazy. Like, it just keeps building on the crazy so much so that, like, whenever something, like, little happens that I would think is crazy in my own life, it's just like, oh, no, that's really normal, like, for them, you know? Like, yeah. No, it's insane. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you want to watch a documentary about a flamboyant figure, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. No, I've been hearing and seeing nothing but good things about that. Also, our friend Andre just joined, and he's about to pick up the headphones and put on the mic.
Andre.
His mic's turned off. Sorry, I forgot. I turned you off. There you
Dang,
go,
bro.
I'm sorry. I forgot I had it turned off just in case somebody walked in.
Welcome.
Yo,
What's up, Andre?
what's up?
How have you been?
Pretty good so far.
Social distancing.
Good.
Nah, I've been busy. I've been busy.
We're talking about shows that you're binge watching. Are you binge watching anything?
No.
Absolutely not. Y'all know Andre on that grind.
You're not a big TV person, I feel.
No, he's on his grind 24/7.
Yeah.
He texted me at like 2 a.m. last night. He just said, "Don't worry, we'll make it." Because I texted him, "I want to do media."
I was asleep.
Yeah. And he was probably going to bed after just a long session of working hard.
Nah, I literally I haven't been to sleep since I got your text.
Damn.
Dang, you kept him up, John. It's all your fault.
And he doesn't even drink coffee, y'all. That's how hard this man works.
Wow. Andre, you need to get in some coffee or some caffeine, something.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, he says no. Also, he's not wearing his green shirt. He's not flexing on me today. It's just black. It's just a black shirt. He's not flexing on me. He's not going green.
You guys are on campus, aren't you? How empty?
Yeah.
It's obviously abandoned.
Oh, it's empty. The only person here is one Roger Chrisman.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, he works all the
Of
time.
course,
He's going to be
Kristen's
there.
He's been here every single day, according to my boy Frank in security.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably looks like the zombie apocalypse there, like abandoned, like crazy.
No, I mean it's not. It's not like it doesn't look any weirder other than it's just empty.
Yeah,
Like, which I have come to the school over the summer and, you know, on breaks and stuff because I live 10 minutes away. So, like, if I have family in town, I'll bring them over and show them. So, like, I've seen it when it truly looks apocalyptic, like where there's one light on for every two, you know, how in, like, a zombie movie, there's, like, one light on all the way down the hall, and then there's like two that are out, and then there's one light on. Yeah, it's like that. It's
the
creepy.
Stereotypes are starting to arise. I guess.
Yeah. So like I've seen
say,
that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that bad today. It just looks normal, except for there's nobody here.
That's good. I will say President Ralph posted on Instagram pictures of how pretty campus looks with all the spring flowers and stuff.
Oh, don't worry. I'm
And
gonna be bringing my camera over.
That really hurt me, I'll be honest. It was like,
Yeah.
why are you doing that? That's just rubbing it in that we're not there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you not want me to take pictures?
You can take pictures.
No,
Don't
it was-
send it to me. It makes
It was just sad. It was just sad because we're
Like, I
not
wanna
there.
Well,
You know
that,
what's
would be
funny?
No.
that would be on all of our Instagram stories if we were there. Like we would have taken a
Exactly.
picture of it. We
Well,
would have
now I'm
said,
s-
"Oh my
well,
gosh,
now
it's
I'm
so pretty
sad.
outside." Like
I want to take pictures and send them to my friends, but I don't want to upset my friends.
You're fine. No,
I mean,
it'd be
it's
different
fine.
if I live in the Raleigh area, but I live 8 hours away, so it's not like I
Is
need
it-
to visit.
Hey, listen, y'all can
Yeah.
come visit. Logan and I, like I said, rearranged the whole place. It's got a whole
No, we
new
can't.
attitude.
That's the whole thing. We
Huh.
can't.
I don't think I should. But
In
yeah,
5
whatever.
weeks, come visit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
5 weeks.
If things get better, then yeah, of course.
I'll be there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Andre just
for
pulled out his
answers within
camera
5 weeks.
and he's filming me, and it
Oh.
looks like there's a squirrel on top of it, but it's definitely just a microphone cover. But bro, it looks like a squirrel tail. It'd be looking like Davy Crockett's hat. I wish y'all could see it. But anyways, what else are we doing today, huh? Who else has been any music y'all been listening to during this here quarantine?
You want to know what I've been doing? I think Sully already knows what I've been doing.
Yes, I do.
I've been playing so much Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, and
Really?
and I texted her yesterday
I
with
can't
like
picture that. You're so nice.
no, I texted
Yeah,
her with
but it's
camera
just- I'm
questions.
so bored.
I texted her
letting
with
out
camera
her
questions, and 5 hours later, she answered me not about the camera questions. She was just like, "Hey," and I was like, "Ann, what have you been doing, and why didn't you answer
She was
me?" And
in
she
the
said
zone.
she was just balling on Grand Theft Auto apparently.
Just focus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Distract her
What
with
console do you play it on?
My brother has like his old Xbox 360 here.
Ooh,
what
that's
I'm doing.
Oh,
fine.
pretty nice. That's good.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I think I need to get an old console. I'll probably cop an old Xbox 360. I gave mine to a friend. I loaned it to him, and I did not expect to get it back. But when I didn't, I was also sad. So
You know, guys, I should probably tell you right now, I have too many Xboxes. You can just buy one like for me for like $50 if you want to.
I may do that,
I got,
Chris.
like 4 of them.
I might just do that because I
Christ,
do.
I'm such a
I do
spoiler.
want one. I want one now because
Yeah.
I mean I've got my gaming PC and I like that, but I would just like a something I could sit on the couch and play sometime too. That would be fun.
Absolutely.
I don't
Yeah.
really play. I don't really play video games. I mean, we have a Wii, but that's about it. Like,
That's
You know what
actually
Yeah.
I
awesome.
desperately
sisters,
want is
though,
a
so, like,
Switch.
Just video game console.
I have like 2 sisters, so like we don't like video games. Has never really been a thing in my house, and my dad was never a big video game person, so like
Mary,
never really been a thing.
Mary, I bet you've got like a 1060 Ti with a Ryzen 5 and an i9 processor, don't you, Mary? You got the
No.
triple monitor setup with the
I-
light up keyboard.
I
Jesus.
have been replaying Portal. I had not played that since I was like 18, and so I went back.
Portal's
and, like,
fun.
downloaded everything on my
Andre, you ever play that?
PC, and I've been doing that.
No.
So
I don't
No
play
video
it's
games.
super fun. I'm
Andre
enjoying
doesn't
it.
play no games.
Oh,
I'm gonna play no game.
No, I asked Andre if he's played any games. He said no, and then he said I don't play games, and I was like, yeah,
Anymore.
anymore, okay.
So right now, a lot of them are on sale, and so I went
That
on
is
there
true.
and I looked at a lot of them, and I didn't buy any of them because now I have no money because I don't have a job.
I know,
Like,
I know.
Oh, this is a good time to be a gamer. Like,
I noticed the prices of a lot of games are starting to go down a little bit. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if it's because of the virus, but it's an interesting thing to see. Like
Oh, it's
all
gotta
these
be
sales
$15.
come out on Steam. You can
It's
buy a
yeah.
good game decently for like
trying to make-
$15.
Oh yeah,
They're
no.
trying to make
Like there's so many
profit,
good deals on there right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start looking
Yeah,
at
the problem-
Steam. I gotta download some of these game like portals because I have currently on my computer that I've owned for like I don't know 6 months. I've downloaded one game. It is a pretty historically accurate simulator battle game for World War II and beyond fighter and tank like infantry vehicles. It's pretty fun.
That's
That's
great.
good.
Yeah, it's
Wait, did you say War Thunder?
yeah, it's War Thunder.
Yo, oh heck yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Love me some War Thunder. I'll be on there just absolutely slaying Germans. You know how it be.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, I will be honest with you. The Germans have the best armor in the game, so sometimes I play as Hans.
Yeah, but that's technology.
Sometimes
Good
I
thing
climb
they lost,
into
though.
the cockpit of the fighter plane and I am Hans. And sometimes I get in there and I'm Jethro. And, you know, it depends. It just depends on the day. But
Sure.
everybody sounds like they're keeping themselves busy, you know. What's one thing that y'all are I want you to set a goal for yourself right now for like next Friday for you to have done something besides school that you wanted to do. Everybody think of one thing that you want to do between now and then. I'll go first.
everything I want, because everything I want to do, I can't do in the house.
Well, okay, I'll go first. Listen, here, I'll give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Like for me, my goal is to come up with a plan for my first YouTube video. Like I want to do a YouTube
Yeah,
video.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
like
like
on my side, like do something constructive with digital media convergence and stuff like that. Like do streams or something.
yeah, well, all right, that's yours. You come up with a stream idea of something that you want to stream or something like that. That's Chris's. All right, mine is that I want to come up with my first YouTube videos, like plot and how I want to shoot it. You guys,
think
what do you
I
got?
I think, well,
Who is
the
this?
living situation
Say name.
right now, Alex.
Okay.
The living
Identify.
situation right now is a mess because my grandparents are in town, so they're using my room as the guest room. So I'm sleeping on an air mattress in like our
That
living room.
sounds awful.
Oh no,
Yeah, fun.
it's a mess. But so my goal is I have not unpacked anything yet because obviously I don't have anywhere to put it because I'm not in my room. So my goal is to get everything unpacked before next Friday.
Nice.
That's good.
Okay. That's a good constructive goal. All right,
I'm with
Mary,
you on that
Ann,
one,
and
Alex.
Andre.
Hey,
Andre's not
I'm gonna
escaping
steal
this.
Alex's
you can steal mine.
He's got like a million though,
because
so it's
I need
okay.
to unpack because it's a mess.
Yeah, same. I have so much crap.
What? You guys can't just steal Alex's? Boo.
No, they can
Is there a
steal
boo
mine.
button? I forgot. Hold on.
Yeah, just try one at random.
No,
No,
Andre's here.
Okay, don't.
Oh.
Ah!
that was so loud. All right. Well, anyways, so I'm gonna hit him with my history fact. That was the other thing.
yeah.
So,
Oh, I didn't get to do mine.
no,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You can go. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, I thought you
no,
both stole Alex's. Go ahead,
No,
Mary.
I
No.
didn't do it. No, it was
Yeah.
not me. I'm gonna finish the book that I'm reading, not for school right now. It's called We Were the Lucky Ones. It's a pretty
Nice.
it's like a 900-page book, so I'm gonna finish it by
Ooh,
next
flex
Friday.
on us with those pages, Mary. What's the font size?
How far are you in through the book? Like how many pages?
I'm about a third of the way in, so
Okay, you got
Yeah.
this.
What's the font size, Mary? Flex on us even harder
It's-
right now.
it's like really tiny.
Oh,
Ooh.
It's like a 10, 9 or 10.
dang.
Oh
Is it at least a
wow,
good
that's
book?
tiny. Need a magnifying glass for that.
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
reading glasses. So I'm good.
Is it at least like good and intriguing?
Oh,
like,
no,
reading
it's
that many
so good.
pages
It's
back?
so good. That's why
Are
I'm
we
reading
talking
it
about
for
the
fun.
book? Are we
Yeah.
talking about the book about the Holocaust and the Kirk family or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I kind of remember that book.
Okay, I
Like
suddenly got much
2017.
more interested in this book. Sorry,
It's-
Mary.
Yeah, you can borrow it when I'm done with it, John. Yeah.
As long as you Lysol it.
Yeah.
Not that I think you're dirty. It's just, precautions. All right,
Well,
so
I mean, like, I can give it to you later after this epidemic is over. So
I still want it
Good idea.
Lysol, Mary. Just Lysol it once for me. That's all I'm asking.
You ruined the pages.
I'm
Hey,
not gonna
it's all
go
right.
through.
No, it's okay. Just a quick dunk in Lysol, and then you just toss it in the sun. It's
Oh my
straight.
god.
All right. Hey, so in 1512, on March 27th, the Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de Leon sights Florida. So there you go. That's our history fact of the day.
Wait, what?
What?
Florida.
Oh,
okay,
yeah. Florida. Florida.
Florida.
All of the ways to
I
pronounce
wonder
it.
where that word came from. I'm gonna look that up.
What, Florida?
Spell it. Yeah, Florida.
I'm not
It's
sure where
like
the word
something-
came from.
It was something like, lower, like Island of the Flower or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay, that I can
Okay,
understand.
Flora, yeah.
Florida.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right,
And they
guys.
just like Americanized it, and we're like, yeah, Florida.
All right.
That does sound southern when you say it like that.
Anybody else got anything interesting they want to add to this week? Because we're on 45 minutes now. That's another long episode, but hey,
Look
I
at
think it's a
that.
good one.
Hey,
Wow.
quarantine time calls for long episodes.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
Yeah, what else are we gonna do?
All right. So
Yeah, so
any last words from anyone? Well, not last words, I guess, but any closing remarks for the episode this week?
stay healthy.
Besides following us on all of our social media platforms at the Peace Times.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that last week.
Yeah. so
What is
all
it?
of our
Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube,
SoundCloud.
You can find us on all of the following platforms. Please.
tell people what the names are.
At the Peace Times.
At the Peace Times. She said it once, but I couldn't remember. I'm not good at it. Thank you, producer Andre, with your squirrel microphone. Anyways, yeah, I think this was another good episode. I'm really happy to get to do this with y'all. I'm glad we kept it going.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even though you
agree.
guys are far apart, I've never felt closer to any of you.
Aw.
Oh.
That's the irony of it.
Yay.
Yay! Everyone stay safe and healthy, including your families. Remember
you.
social distancing.
Exactly. Social
Good, yeah.
distancing. Social
Yeah.
distancing is a key at this point in time. I scooted away from Andre when he got here. Plus, I mean,
Good.
he's not even wearing his green shirt, so it's not even that much of a flex. All right, y'all.
Have fun.
Y'all, I've enjoyed this. I guess signing off, I'm John Sullivan, and the rest of the crew. Everybody
I'm
say your
Alex.
name.
I'm Chris.
I mean,
I'm Mary.
And Andre.
Yeah, Andre.
Yeah.
I can say my name, John.
I'm sorry. He was leaning forward. I thought he had
I
the
guess-
camera in front of his face.
Oh, good.
All right.
Tune in next week. Do
I-
it again.
Yeah. All right.
bye guys.
This has been a good one.
Peace out.
Peace
Bye.
out.
All right. Peace out.